How we handle our fears will make us or break us. How we handle our fears will make us or break us. How we handle the fear of losing our wife or our girlfriend. How we handle the fear of losing our children or our mom and our dad. How we handle our fears will make us or break us. You're saying, Randy, why would you say something like that? Why? Because how we handle our fear, successfully handling our fear, is the key to live a life of love. I could walk out on the street right now, talk to a pagan who does not believe in the God of the Bible, but if you ask him what's important, if you ask her what's important, what is she going to say? What's he going to say? It is the life of love is what's important, to be loving to people. We can disagree on what that means, but even the most pagan among us understands that the goal of life is to love others. And guess what? If we are afraid, if we do not handle our fears successfully, then we will be unable to live a life of love. You're saying, Randy, how do you know that? Because 1 John 4:18 says this, no fear exists where God's love is. Rather, perfect love gets rid of fear because fear involves punishment. The person who lives in fear doesn't have God's love. You see, fear is a big issue. Fear is such a big issue because it is the number one blocker of love. John Gates will never be a man of love. He will never be able to love Grayson. He will never be able to love his mom and dad. He will never be able to love his coworkers or his community. He will never be a man of love until he successfully deals with the fear in his life. That's why I say it is every father's sacred duty. It is Jeremy Cole's sacred duty to help his children overcome the fear in their life. Because if he does not, then he has failed as a father, helping his children become people of love. Because if his children do not overcome the fear in their life, then the fear will block the love of God, and they will never become loving like God intended them to love. And if, Father, you have not helped your child overcome the fears in their life, then guess what? You have failed as a father. I don't care if they're wearing great clothes. I don't care if they're going to a nice school. I don't care if they're driving a good car. If you do not help your children and your grandchildren and those under your authority overcome the fears in their life, then you have failed as a leader of your home.